Big up Spurs fans near and far. We are back from another blueprint. And I didn't think I'd be saying it, but it's to do is to do. And I've got my brothers. I love these guys. Sean and Eugene in the building. Zeus and Marlon to join. And, well, Eugene is sporting a bit of a smile here. I haven't seen this smile since the beginning of the season. And my boy Sean is sporting a new look. Sean, I'm going to go to you first. How are you, my bro?
I'm happy that we've got a new coach, and I'm waiting to see if he can do what he's done at other clubs.
Yeah.
Starting on Sunday, he couldn't have been asked. He couldn't have been given the toughest baptism than Sunday.
Yeah.
But maybe it's a holy Sunday for us all. But yeah, and what I like is that, you know, with a couple of interviews, and Postecoglou has pulled away all the scales that have hung over our eyes about how our club is run.
Yeah.
How they don't do what they say they're going to do. And I can't wait for the season to end. And hope, you know, as long as it ends with us still above those last three places, then that'll be enough for the time being.
Yeah.
But there's an awful lot of people who should be handed their P45s,
100%.
particularly those in Lily White House.
100%. And Eugene, my brother, how you feeling? It's been a lot.
I'm good, man. For the first time in a while, I'm feeling good. I'm smiling. Frank is gone. Arsenal is doing Arsenal things. The best thing about being in America is that the games are in the morning. So after the Arsenal loss, I have the whole day just to watch the meltdowns. The 15-hour League Honor emergency streams, like late uploads, like all day. So just inject it into my veins. It's awesome. So at this point, we just got one job to do, or two. Just stay up and put in a shift on Sunday. That's it. Everything else doesn't matter to me. It will be a free hit.
For real. I think we go, let's just dive straight into it. And big up to everyone that's locked in, locked on. We're here for another blueprint. Big up to you, and we will be getting over to you. Artillero says, I'm hurting, I can't lie. Because Artillero can sense the demise that we've been talking about all season. But I think we do it in a different way. We will talk Spurs, then we will watch the last predictions, and then we will do predictions in that order. We started off with Tudor is to do. How are you feeling about that appointment? Couture Criminal says Spurs moving mad, hiring a rookie in the Premier League in a relegation battle, and his first game is the North London derby. Are we moving mad? Is it a shrewd appointment? I mean, I don't know what we can tell. I've tried to watch videos about Tudor. I watched his interview, though. There is something sinister about him in a good way, almost like a quiet confidence. You can tell, being a Croat, he knows his football. That's what I can tell. He knows his ball and he means business. At least that's what I'm getting. You know, I'm more convinced about Tudor than I am Frank. Hold that. But anyway, I'm going to go Eugene and then Sean.
You know what? I think it's very simple now. There are two important things. First of all, we needed a new voice in the dressing room. Frank is gone. Whoever comes in, just by default, is an upgrade. It doesn't matter who. Just get him out, because the players were clearly not responding. So just getting him out, to me, it didn't even matter who came in, because honestly, who could we get at this time? Yeah. So that's one. So that's a positive right away. The second thing is, like, right now, it's not about tactics or, you know, this. It's about the players stepping up and doing what they're supposed to do. And one good thing about Tudor is, unlike Frank or unlike Ange, he played ball. He's a player. He understands what the players are thinking. He knows what they're going through. So I think just that gives him some respect in the changing room, and makes it probably for him easier to communicate since he actually played the game. So I think those two factors, Frank out, new voice, and Tudor being an ex-player, he knows what the players are going through. And he did a decent job, in short-term stints in Syria. So again, for me, I didn't expect anybody amazing to come in. We'll see. I think the first 15 minutes on Sunday, we'll see what he's all about, right? If the players come out, I just like win or lose, I want to see effort. I want to see energy. I want us to be brave. So we'll see what he's all about in the first 15 minutes. If we lay down again like we did for Chelsea and Arsenal, then we're going down. It doesn't matter for Tudor, Xavi, it doesn't matter. The players are dunning tools. However, if they decide to actually to put in a shift, we might do something. By something, I mean staying up.
Yeah, for real. And Ben, big up Ben. Ben saying Sean looking like a distinguished OG. But hey, man, man's feeling the light. Shout out Dead Eugene. Big up Benny out there in San Diego. Big up to you, my dogger. Sean, what are you saying? You heard Eugene? Are you also?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you've seen that YouTube short of Frank talking to the team before a game, and it was like a enthusiastic PE teacher. It was like, don't forget second balls and tackles. I'm going, bloody hell. You compare that to like, there's thousands of people out there want you to win tonight. We're wearing Tottenham shirts. Yeah. We're playing the Tottenham way. You know what I mean? And you just go, for God's sake, how did they give that man that job?
Honestly.
And how did he keep it for so long?
I don't understand.
Unbelievable. Now, much as I say, I want them to try and give as much as they can on Sunday, we have to accept we have got a truckload of injuries.
Yeah.
And it's over the coming weeks that the players come back. And that's, to be fair, I think Sunday is, yes, put in a performance, don't wilt under any pressure. They're under pressure. You see them at 90 minutes last night. They were the head loss was unbelievable.
Yeah.
So they're under a bit of pressure. They're still in the driving seat, but let's see. It's up to City to chase them down. We can help City by getting a point maybe on Sunday.
Yeah.
But we need to get that point for ourselves. Let's think about ourselves. This is what Andrew's saying.
Yeah.
When that Manchester City discussion, it's about us.
100%.
It's about us. So I'm glad we've got a new voice in the dressing room. He's got a bit of experience. He's got a bit of gravitas. He's played for Juventus. He's been to a Champions League final. He's done, compare that to what we had before. It's like night and day.
Yeah.
So I don't expect miracles on Sunday. I expect effort. But then from then onwards, that's when the points have got to be accrued. If we can get anything on Sunday, even better.
Fair. Marlon, you join us at the right time. We're just talking about the signing of Igor Tudor. Tudor is to do is to do. And we were saying, look, there's something about him just seems, well, Eugene says just having a new voice, just anything other than Frank, it would have been a positive. Sean saying he kind of understand what when the budgie banting was going on in signing Frank in the first place. And we will know within the first 15, 20 minutes in the North London derby whether this man is legit or not. How are you feeling about the signing? Is it a risk? Because Couture says it could be risky business here. How are you feeling?
It's a risk either way. It was a risk keeping Frank. In fact, Frank should have went a few weeks ago, to be fair.
A few months ago.
It's just tricky time to be a Spurs fan. So hopefully, as Eugene said, a new voice will get Spurs sparking, but we are down to the bare bones. So I don't know. I just wanted to try and get a result somehow. I'll be there witnessing the madness because it's been utter madness. The whole games going there to get abused. But I'll come out there worse. Yeah, I'm hoping for the best. I don't even know. I don't know. It's been very rough for us.
Do you know? For me, I'm almost thinking, injuries aside, this is probably if we were going to bring in a manager, even though I think he should have gone from the Villa game when we lost 2-0. That's when I called for Frankie's.
He should have gone from the Bournemouth game at home, week 3.
You could tell anyway what season we were going to get because we were completely outclassed that day. But is this the right time in a way? Like, if Igor could somehow get a result against Arsenal this weekend with a depleted team, knocking Arsenal off their perch, keeping us maybe in the Premier League, could that just be, like when they say that the stars have aligned, you couldn't have written a better story. What a story it would be if Igor was to somehow get a victory in the North London derby. And the other question is this, I want to throw in the mix of that. Sorry, I like to do this bundle thing. Can you see on any ground Igor keeping the job? Because for me, just hearing his tone of voice, he seems he's very confident in himself. And I think he's very content with what he's agreed with the board, which is he's here to do a job for 12 games and for 12 games only. After that, win, lose or draw, he's off. Can you see a world where we continue with Igor Tudor based on what you know and based on what he could potentially do? Sean, you're nodding your head in the negative. You kick us off, Marlon, Eugene.
There is no world if we're in the Premier League that we stay with Igor Tudor. He's here just to sell himself to Premier League teams who are going to be in the trouble next season.
Yeah,
it's a great advert for him. He gets a free go at a Premiership team. If he succeeds, fine. If he doesn't succeed, he can always go back to Serie A where he's more used to.
Yeah.
But I think when you think of all the managers that become available in the summer, there's no way that we're going to stay with Tudor. Well,
you don't see any ground.
There is one scenario.
Yeah.
And it's a Robert Di Matteo scenario. Somehow we win the Champions League.
Yeah.
But obviously that I should be doing drugs if that happens, you know what I mean? But there's no way we're winning Champions League. It looks like it could be Galatasaray for us. And I know how they handed us our arse last season in the Europa League. So,
is it who's Galatasaray playing?
They beat Juventus in the first leg, 5-2. Yeah.
Oh, so we're playing Juventus or Galatasaray?
Yeah, well, they're two of the 4 teams we could play.
Or Club Brugge, and is it Atletico?
That finished 3-3.
Yeah.
So we ain't going past the next round. I can't see it somehow.
I believe we could pull it off.
Yeah.
I don't know how.
I've been saying we could win the Champions League all season.
We're not winning it. Winning is crazy. Do you know what? You have to give credit to, is it Bodo Glint, whatever?
Mate.
Do you know how Spurs were getting it from rival fans and this and that? Look what they're doing. They're actually proving they're not a crap team.
They beat City. They beat Inter Milan at home, and we went there and slapped them up.
And they beat. Did they beat Atletico away?
Yeah. I think
they got some
they did, yes, yeah.
They're not a bad team.
Did.
But obviously it's Spurs, isn't it? So yeah.
And they're in their close season at the moment as well. They're not even they're in their pre-season.
Yeah, exactly.
That is crazy. Marlon, picking up on do you see a world in which Igor Tudor stays and then Eugene?
If I'm going off his previous stints at other clubs, nah. He normally comes in for situations like this. Hopefully save us. Let me see, touch wood. He saves teams, and then if he does stay, he normally causes a fire and loses his job. So I don't see him staying. I think it's a short-term fix. I hope he does fix our situation.
Yeah.
But as I said, when it's, I don't know what it is. The injuries are mad. Look at Odegaard. I don't get it. We don't get a broken toenail. We get massive injuries. This is why I don't know what. It must be the pitch.
Well, you can't blame Ange anymore, because I used to blame the injuries on Ange.
Because everyone did. Everyone used to say the way he trained. Everyone used to say it was training. Yeah.
Although Van der Ven has not been injured this season. Let's complete touch, but that's a major plus. And Romero hasn't been injured, so hey, I'm just putting it out there.
Yeah. Romero makes himself absent by other ways, though. You know what I mean?
He's a waste man, to be honest. And we'll get into Morel tonight. Eugene, Igor, any way can he stay at our club before we get into some of the weekend? And we'll talk about Arsenal, and then we'll get into the weekend's games.
He did say he had internet issues. So
yeah, okay. So
no, I mean, if you look at his record, he does a decent job. Oh, am I lagging? Am I good? Guys?
No, you're fine. You're fine.
I think
okay, cool. Yeah. No, I'm saying if you look at his record, he does a pretty decent job short term, getting a few results in, but long term he doesn't really do well. So yeah, there's no way he's going to stay. I think the board knows what they want to do next season, and unfortunately they're gonna go for one man who I do not want, but I think their mind is made up. I know, Sean, that you want that manager, so you might get your wish.
My wish.
But yeah, Tudor is not staying. He's just here to do a job, get 3-4 wins, and go back to Syria.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. And big up everyone that's locked in.
Get your Pochettino back next season.
I'm seeing your comments in the building. We'll get to your comments in just a sec. I just want to deal with this segment. We'll get to your comments, and then we'll get to Arsenal and then predictions. So over the last week, we had two things. We had Ange Postecoglou on the overlap, talk about the lack of ambition. I want to know whether you think he's telling the truth, whether you think he's talking out of his arse. Some people are saying, why didn't he do that or come with that energy while he was in the job? Did he really want Semenyo? Did he really want Pedro Neto and all of these brothers? And then literally a couple of days before, Pochettino is in London, and he literally confesses his undying love for our club and basically says, I think they asked him the last question, which club do you love the most? And he went Tottenham. Given all the banter that we hear from all these waste men and women, all these cronies, I was just moved that a brother could love my club the way that this guy loves my club. And I even said to someone, I don't know if it was you, Sean, that I said, I've had enough of these managers who have no connection with the club. Thomas Frank could give a damn about Spurs. He doesn't care if we're going down. He doesn't give a damn. He's gone and he's going about his business. More, if anything, his ego's been hurt. That's about it. Pochettino, I think, Pochettino is a Spurs fan. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, this guy loves our club. So, Marlon, if you just quickly, Ange Postecoglou, your thoughts on his comments, and also your thoughts on what's basically saying, if it weren't for Donald Trump, he would be at Tottenham right now.
To be fair, I listened to Ange's is it overlap? His interview last week. I ain't listened to the one that came out yesterday. But is he just saying it? Maybe, because he could be a bit of a trickster. But to be fair, I don't know. How are those let me go back. How are those players playing after the first year he was here? Semenyo, Mbeumo. Who was the other players? He said four players.
Semenyo, Mbeumo, Pedro Neto, and
Guehi.
No, was it Guehi? Yeah, Guehi. Yeah, that's it.
Great. To be fair, they were all good. Maybe, but let's be realistic. Spurs are not even getting. Spurs will not have got all four of them. He might have got potentially one out of the four. But if it's true and he went for them, yeah, it would have made a big difference. We did go for the younger We went for the younger players. I don't know.
Yeah, but the thing for me, Marlon, is the summer he identified them was they were the right calls.
100% Neto.
They were the right calls.
I agree with you.
And if he asked for them, and they got him Solanke, who he said he was prepared to accept Solanke, and 3 teenagers, who was done over?
Yeah.
Who was done over?
That's true.
In that second season, having got them fifth, having lost Harry Kane 2 days before the season started.
Yeah.
You know,
and to be fair, he got shafted. He got shafted with Kane.
And as you said in today's version of the overlap, when I had Romero and Van der Ven available, I was getting nearly 2 points per game. But in order for them to get through to the end of the season, I couldn't play them every week. He said there were some weeks they could have played in the Saturday of the league game. He said I couldn't risk it because the club needed, as he identified correctly, it needed a trophy. We were desperate. It was almost like we got allergic to Duraglit or something. We couldn't shine up any trophies. And I'll tell you what, nothing will replace May the 21st last year. Nothing other than winning more trophies. So he was right to do that. And he was shafted by the owners who went the cheap route as ever. And the sooner they're gone, the sooner we can start to recover. And you know, bringing Pochettino back,
for real.
He was a broken man by the time he finished. Now, whether that was down to the owners, maybe he thinks he's got, but they're the same people.
They are the same people. Yeah.
They are the same people.
I'll give you this, Sean. You said there was a time when Ange was getting abuse from fans and the media, and you said one thing, and I always agree with you. It's because he's a Greek Australian.
Yeah,
he's not your standard coach.
If he'd come from Europe,
Italy or somewhere,
if he'd come from South America, he would have been fine. But because he came, and you know what? It's a little bit of like Western superiority,
of course it is,
which goes through society, and whether it's a case of having a go in politics and the nonsense that's playing out at the moment. Iran is a threat to America. For God's sake, Iran is a threat to America. No, I mean, I'm just extrapolating a bit.
No, I'm just playing.
Sorry,
I'm just giving you a hard time.
Yeah, but it's a nonsense, and because it's where he came from, he was Greek, and if you listen to his story today, if you couldn't be enthralled by that, you know, all the disadvantages he had to come from, you know, he went to a country, he didn't know the language, his parents struggled, you know, it was a real hard time, and he's clawed his way, he's got no favours, he's got there on his own merits, and then he comes over here, and our snidey fans, and particularly a lot online, just pick holes in him. We'll tell you what, he's won a trophy more than Pochettino did. Pochettino played. Oh, we've got a semi-final. Let's play Son at left wing back. Got another semi-final. Oh, let's play War in goal, even though we've got a World Cup winner in our squad. I mean, oh God.
Yeah.
I take back my comments, Sean. I thought that you wanted Poch. Apologies.
No. Poch's time has come and gone, I'm afraid.
Okay, good. My bad.
But given the circumstances, he's the only one available for the job, if you get what I mean.
It's who's going to want to come to Spurs in May, June?
Yeah.
Only Pochettino.
Yeah.
And therefore, we have, you know, beggars can't be choosers. Who are we going to sign? We're not going to sign the likes of Adam Wharton or the players that would make us better. We need a new director of football who knows football, like Paul Mitchell, and we need, you know, and he will work hand in hand with Pochettino. That's the best option I can see. But it's not what I want.
Yeah, fair. Zeus, welcome. We're just catching up. We've talked to Igor Tudor. We've talked a bit of the overlap and Pochettino. It looks like Pochettino has basically confirmed that after the US job, he's coming home. He's coming home. He's coming home to Spurs. The fan base is divided. Where do you stand? And then we're going to move on to talking briefly about Arsenal and then the next 4 games.
Wait, so where do I stand on Tudor?
Tudor. Yeah. You know, from what you've seen, what you've heard, what you've read, and then quickly on Ange's comments about us being a small club and also Pochettino wanting to come back.
3 things there. Okay.
Well, he did say we're a small club, though, Sean, didn't he?
He didn't say that.
He
He
did say
said
that.
we act like a small club. He didn't say we are a small club.
Yeah.
There's a difference.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair. Yeah.
So with Tudor, I think Frank, we needed a change. Like, it wasn't working with Frank, sadly, and it looked like, you know, we were heading towards relegation. You know, I know that people have said injuries, but when the bulk of the players were there before the
We were losing,
you know,
anyway.
a lot of players went down with injuries. We didn't look good, and you know, obviously, we didn't look good when they weren't there. So it was like players, maybe they could come back, but it just looked like, you know, we're going to get relegated under Frank. So sadly, we had to make a change, and of course, the easiest thing to do is get a new manager. So Tudor, someone else had to come in. I didn't care who it was, to be honest. Tudor looks like he has a track record of instant impact, which is what we need, 100%. You know, I know you guys are saying Pochettino's coming in home, but you know, if Tudor does a job, like, why wouldn't you keep him long term? I think.
What does a job mean? Because everyone here just before you arrived said they don't see him lasting, like they don't see him beyond the 12 games.
Yeah, I mean, a job would be, for me, is
Say it.
champagne football. Like, I want attacking football. Like, that's that's priority number 1. Like, what under my man's name, under Frank, the biggest thing it was the lack of attacking patterns, right? Like, it just didn't look like we knew what we were doing up front. So if I see that consistently, and I think people said we need like 3 wins to go through, to, you know, to be secure. So if he does like 3 wins, if he does, let's say 6 wins, 4 losses, 6-4-2, something like that, I'll be like, okay, this is not bad. This is a guy who's only had 12 games to get acclimatized to a new league, and the football looks good, and he's gotten, let's say 5 wins. 5 wins, I think, is enough for me. So that to me is a decent job for someone under a very short term. So
5 wins and he keeps the job.
5 wins and good attacking football, and I'm not mad if he stays here next year.
Mate, Zeus, your standards, mate, has really changed.
Man.
Really been hit hard by Thomas Frank. Hey, mate, this guy is going low. This guy is saying, Jordan's calling you out. He's like, Zeus, really? Like, this crap team. Although, I swear, in one of these clubs, I don't know if it was Juve or the other, or Lazio, he did get 12 wins, didn't he? Something like that. Like, he won every game he came in to play. I can't see that happening at our club. The only way he could keep his job is if he was to do the unthinkable, which is to win all 12 games and win the Champions League. Then I don't give a damn who wants the job. I don't care if bloody Luis Enrique wants the job. This guy is staying at least for the beginning of next season, mate. He would have.
But why wouldn't you give him the job if he achieves, you know, what he's meant to do? What he's meant to do is literally just keep us up, kind of thing, right? But if he's doing a bit more with such a short time frame, I'm like, I don't know if you can be like, you know, because the next person could come in and could be like rubbish, you know. So I don't know. I'm not mad at if he stays.
I think his track record has shown that he's good for a quick fix, but definitely after that, he does look suspicious. But look, I don't get the impression from Tudor that he wants to stay longer than 12. I think he's quite happy, even if he wins the Champions League, to basically give us the trophy and walk away. He seems like an honourable gentleman. I don't get a sense from him that he wants to be at the club long term. Not in a disrespectful way, but it would be better if I was Tudor, I would give Spurs the Champions League if I could, and walk away with my head held high. Like Sean said earlier, mate, he will have every single Premier League club, especially those hovering around the relegation zone next season, lining him up with bated breath, wanting him to come into their club. So he's secure for life if he's
By
to
the way,
do them with our club. Yeah.
before his time ends, he's going to pick a fight with a player or two in the dressing room when they're downing tools. He's going to hurt somebody, and then he's going to, he's going to bounce. The way things are going, I see him, not taking all the crap that Frank has been taking with some players being late, our captain being late, and everything else. So I'm hoping he can come in and actually not take any crap from the players.
Okay, fair. Just quickly then, I was going to talk Arsenal, but I'll probably chat about them briefly at the end. But is there a point? Should we just quickly talk Romero, our captain, just briefly? I know we've been I to-ing and throwing, but I'm of the opinion now he's better to get rid of Romero than to keep him. I think he's a fantastic defender, by the way, but I also feel for our club he's been a liability. I think he's been sent off 7 or 8 times. I mean, that's too many.
You are outrageous, Deji.
I personally, I would
the media got you.
Log off.
I would take what the Van Heck from Brighton over this.
You're actually gonna make me.
I can't.
You're gonna make me press my button and log off.
I can't.
I'm getting ready, Marlon. I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you.
I can't stand it anymore. And for me, I've had enough. Like,
wait, what have you had enough of? What have you had enough of?
The way he sold us down
he doesn't want a 2 times.
Okay.
He doesn't want a 2 times.
Sean is rattling me. Sean knows how to push my buttons. Sean knows.
He doesn't want a possible 2 times World Cup winning.
I do.
Player.
I want Messi.
He doesn't want a Europa League winning captain. He doesn't want that. Deji, come on.
I mean, remember, but how many? Look,
he's been sent off 6 times in 5 years.
Exactly. And you know, this season,
don't
I'm
let
going to vouch
the
for
media
him.
fool you, bro.
Thank you, Zeus.
Okay,
I'm going to vouch for him. The only reason he's acting up this year, and I wouldn't even say he's acting up, it's because Spurs are playing rubbish. Playing for Tottenham, I get frustrated as a fan. You see, if I was playing, any of us was playing, we'll be doing the same thing. He's a captain, so he's taking ownership.
You're going for Romero when it was Frank that was causing Romero to play up. And we've got rid of Frank.
My finger's on that red button to log off.
I cannot take this.
No, but can I just say, I'm not trying to compare Romero to Saliba or anything like that. But for me, let's say even if Romero wasn't sent off against United, I'd be telling you now in my prediction for the Arsenal game, I hope Romero stays on the pitch. And I don't want to be hoping that my captain is still on the pitch. We're like, what's that? Do you know what I mean? We need 11 men, man.
Yeah.
And I just think it too many times, man. It's pissing me off.
Do you not think the referees, because it's Romero,
was a dodgy card?
Do you think the referees treat him different from other players just because of his reputation? Let's be honest. Be honest. Some of the challenges, the challenge he done the other day.
Preach.
I didn't
How
think
many challenges have we seen in the last 2 weeks which were worse than Romero's, and they've not even got a yellow card? Yeah, we're getting a yellow card for every 4 fouls. Yeah. Arsenal are getting a yellow card for every 8 fouls.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think he gets treated a bit unfairly, to be honest. And
you
notice when he doesn't play.
Eugene is gonna.
Sorry, go.
Sorry, I know Eugene's gonna hate on him, but I was looking through all these. He's the most red carded player. All that stuff.
He's not though.
He became the most because of the red card was very dodgy, right? But the other guys, I think, is Casemiro. I know he gets a bit of stick. The other person is like Reece James. Nobody says anything about Reece James. No, right?
No.
Like there's the narrative, like he's the most since he came to Spurs. The other guys, he was tied with like a whole bunch of other guys. It escapes me, but he was tied with them onto a dodgy red card. You can't, he's tied with a whole bunch of other guys that don't get stick. So it's not like he's some, I don't know. He's not like some crazily overly harsh, dirty player, in my opinion. Like the media just, we need a story, and they're just gonna start pulling all these statistics and stuff. So I know
In that
Eugene's
game
gonna
against Man City, Rodri should have walked. He should have been sent off 3 times.
I don't know what you got, mate. Honestly, I love him too, but I love him when he's around.
He's a
and
goal
also,
scoring
someone
center back.
said,
Like, I don't know what you guys. What do you guys?
and can I
want?
just say, can I also just say before I bring in Eugene, do you know he's not missed a single match for Argentina? Just think about that, yeah. This waste man has been injured for like half the season, where he turns up for every bloody game for Buenos Aires. Just if that don't look suspicious, I don't know what is.
I think you're playing to the media, Deji. I think you're playing to the media.
No, let me go on a rant. Let me go. Let me just a timeline. And again, I love you guys. You guys are awesome. But this whole Romero thing, it speaks that this fan base forgot what a world-class player is. We forgot how good Son was and Kane was. So we call any decent player we say he's elite. Look, when Romero came in, I loved Romero. He had reputation, the way he played. He was my favorite player. I loved him. Now, let's go the chronological order. As Deji mentioned, first of all, his injury, he was injured for us. Next week, he played for Argentina. Many times that happened. Many times he wasn't fit to play. He was fit to play for them. So that's one. He would rather, and again, I don't judge him, but that's the way it is. He puts country above club. That's his, that's his choice. It is what it is. That's one. Second of all, I don't care about red cards. Sergio Ramos was getting red cards left and right, but he was a world-class player. He won games for Madrid. So I'm not even talking about red cards. To me, whatever, right? Last season, when we were shipping goals for fun, I remember the Wolves game, he himself was responsible for 3 goals. Every other game, because he was losing concentration, we were giving up goals on his side. And people were saying it's high line, it's Ange's tactics, right? Last season. This season, same thing. Every other game, he's costing us goals. He loses focus, he loses concentration every single game. I have never seen a player win every header in the opponent's box and score goals and lose every header in their own box. He doesn't want it. I remember the Arsenal game when he gave up a goal to Gabriel when he flopped. Burnley game, Newcastle game. I can give you 8-9 games this season where he single-handedly cost us goals. Newcastle game, or was the game before, he's running around like a chicken with his head cut off trying to score goals. I have never seen a club captain who's a center back who is called.
Scored 2 goals, Eugene. He scored 2 goals.
He scored.
And he gave up 2. Van Dijk, John Terry. I have never seen a club captain who cannot organize his back line. He has no structure. He has no discipline. He doesn't communicate on the pitch. He cannot organize his defense. He plays recklessly. Regardless of his red card or not, he makes mistakes. He mentally checks out of games. He has 1 great game every 4. I would rather have a defender who gets me 7 out of 10 every single game, who can organize the back line, versus a guy who gets 10 out of 10 game once, and then he costs more.
Making the case for Ben Davis there.
That's fine. I would have done so over Romero. I want a solid defender. Romero is not being paid to score goals. He's paid to keep clean sheets, and he costs us goals every single game. Again, for a captain especially, also, him calling out the board, all the fans ate it up. Oh, great. If you call out the board, if you can talk, you better go and perform on the pitch. He calls out the board, he comes back, he ships a goal and gets a red card, and he's out for 4 games when we're battling for relegation.
The red card.
It doesn't matter.
The red card
club,
is,
I know, but
it could go either way.
We don't get a point at second from bottom Burnley without Christian Romero. We don't get a point.
He gives up 2 goals a game, Sean.
Second from bottom Burnley without Christian Romero.
Look,
That is captain
here, answer me this
material.
question. How come we give up just as many goals and chances as we did last season when we played high line? Now that we play low block. Last season, I was on the Edgy stream. I was on all the streams taking bullets. I was saying goals we're
Because
giving
we
up.
got a worse
No,
manager. We
no,
got a worse
no.
manager. He said,
There
don't
comes-
worry about having shots from the D because they're not going to
No.
score.
Scoring chances.
And what happened?
Our goals
Villa,
come from individual
Wolves,
mistakes.
all these teams kept scoring from their exits. That's on the manager.
That's individual mistakes like last season. Same mistakes. Exactly the same mistakes. High line, low block. Same mistakes. On his side, we're shipping scoring chances and he's out of position all the time. He would rather run into a player and get some pointless yellow card. How many times did he get yellow cards for no reason? Just to run into a player. He's reckless. He should not be a club captain. He cost us, I bet you, if I do research, I can guarantee, I would put money on it. He cost us more games in the 3 seasons he played for us than he won for us. All that nonsense that he won us the cup final. No, it was Van der Ven who saved the goal, and it was Johnson. It wasn't Romero. So again, one great game for a club captain. The way he behaves, the way he calls out the board, but he cannot perform on the pitch, it's disgraceful. I have never seen a club captain.
Dodgy red card though.
No, forget the red cards. I'm talking about performances. I'm talking about him being out of position.
Okay, I will
every
say,
single game.
I will say I don't watch the game as intensely as you do because you see me picking up like on individual errors and stuff like that. What I will say, last year there was that stat of like when you had a Romero and Van der Ven partnership, just how much less goals we conceded.
But you know why, Zeus? With Archie Gray and Bissouma. Like the drop off between Romero and Archie Gray, of course, is huge. But I would have Danso over Romero all day. When Danso is playing, I'm not worried about him being out of position. He's not as good, obviously. However, he's never out of position.
I don't know if Danso is starting for Argentina. You know what I mean?
Of course not. But Argentina, come on, let's not say that. Pretend like Romero's carrying Argentina, please. Let's just
no. You know what I mean? If he was Argentinian, I'm just saying Romero's a better player.
Again, Danso is not even close to a player that Romero is. My issue with Romero is he's got the skill set to be a world-class player. His temperament is not. His temperament, he has no commitment to Spurs. He's not Spurs. He doesn't care about this club. That's how he behaves.
The temperament to me, like I said, the red cards, a lot of them have been dodgy. But the individual errors, I don't know. Like Marlon, do you?
Can I just read out this comment from
defensively?
Because this made me laugh. He says, whatever Venus flytrap nonsense he tried with Canate was some El Chapo tomfoolery.
Some of those don't get called.
I'm just reading the comments. We don't win without Romero. I mean, look.
What was the question you asked? Sorry.
No, I'm just saying, like, Eugene says, like, he gives away a lot of goals, like, just from, like, individual errors and stuff. I was asking if you agree with that.
What I will say, no, I don't agree with it, but what I will say is, you see what Spurs fans done to Son last year? Basically pushed him out in it. I was in that stadium, though, onto Son. No, I'm just kidding. This is my opinion.
Son is Spurs.
That's not what we heard last year. People are like, he's washed.
I know, I'm not saying he isn't.
No.
That's my point. That's what I was
getting.
That's what I was getting to. No, I agree. He was Spurs. My point is what Zeus was. They were getting onto him how he's rubbish and this and that. He was never finished at Spurs. He would have done a better job this season at Spurs than what we've got up there now.
I'm not sure.
You see, Spurs fans, they're too quick to push out players that they're saying that are rubbish or not good enough. Then they'll go somewhere else and do good. Spurs fans need to appreciate Romero. Yes, one thing I will say, he's 100% committed to Spurs. You see all these challenges, if he weren't committed to Spurs, he would not be doing it. That just shows a level of commitment.
But
no other players. Say that again?
He wants to be suspended so he can chill for 4 games.
No, that's your opinion. I don't agree.
Hold on, can I just say something though? Is it because I'm slightly with Eugene here? Look, Romero is a good defender.
Hold on a second. When he's not playing, he doesn't get his win bonuses. He doesn't get his draw bonuses. What player wants to put themselves out of a game?
But Sean, remember, we've come from a line where we've had Ledley King, we've had Toby Alderweireld, we've had Jan Vertonghen. Like, we've had some really great centre backs in recent history, and I just feel.
Yeah,
I
we
guess
also had Kevin
if
Wimmer.
Romero wasn't getting red cards, I would have him
He
up
was
there
trash.
with the Salibas of this world. But the red
the
card,
game.
I think it costs.
Sorry
I
for
think
cutting
it
you.
does
The
cost
game's changed, isn't it? You're getting cards for stupidness now, especially because VAR is definitely contributing to people.
No one's picked me up. We're getting a yellow card for 4 fouls. Arsenal getting one for 8 fouls.
That is
Forget
Yeah,
the cards.
yeah,
Let's
yeah.
talk about his performances when he's on the pitch. Forget the cards. I'm talking
All right,
about.
can I just answer you
No.
there?
You brought the
games
cards in,
process.
Eugene. You brought the cards in.
No. I said let's.
Why
let's
are
talk about the
we
cards.
as a club getting a yellow
No, I
card for
know.
every
I
4
agree.
fouls?
But let's talk about his performances. There's 7-8 games. I can tell you he
You're
single-handedly.
talking about this year.
Yeah, just this year. Last year even more. Him being out of position, like Arsenal, Newcastle, Burnley, Bournemouth, their games, and I don't take credit for
More
all of it because I was watching Ash's stream.
points
He does
when
the
he's
breakdowns and like stuff that I watched. He's
That is
constantly out of position, and
No,
that
what Sean said is true,
crazy.
though. You know, when he plays, we get more points. And you know, he's the only defender as well that can break the lines. He breaks the lines with his passing. And you know what?
I agree.
Watch Spurs
Offensively.
as well. How many players take the risk that Romero do? Oh, let me play it sideways. Oh, let me play it backwards. Romero's trying to find that forward pass. If anyone even dares to compare Danso Dragerson to Romero,
I'm not comparing.
You're a
I'm not.
lunatic.
I guess
Only
the question.
defensively.
I guess the point that Eugene is making and I'm making is that for all that is Romero, and for all his negativity as well, because we have to admit he has his flaws. Is it worth it?
100%.
I think so.
100%. Look, for example, look Gabriel. Everyone was cursing Gabriel a couple of years ago. I look at him now; he's a good player. When Romero don't play for Spurs, you see the difference. Our defense
That's the point, Marlon. That's the point.
No, he's rubbish. No. I mean, we're rubbish without Romero. We're better. We are rubbish without Romero. Dragerson's come in, made mistake. Danso, I swear to God, I don't even know how he even got a Spurs contract. He's dead. You even compared the Brighton defender with Romero. Did you? Are you
No. I didn't compare it. I didn't compare it. I said for stability.
Stability.
Haircut, he ain't getting reds. You know what I mean? He's just gonna be. He will always be on the pitch, and he can do a job.
I take Dan Burn all day.
Van Dijk is a good defender.
You would take Dan Burns
How
about this?
Romero.
Marlon, I want a
Which world-class
defender.
players do we have?
I want a defender. I want us to not to give up 3 goals a game. I want somebody who can defend. Give me an old school
Could be a
defender.
Frank issue. That could be a Frank issue. So I don't know if you can put
Well,
that
let's
on
see.
the
I mean, I just wanted
It's
to
a
put it
brilliant.
out there because I don't think Romero is any saint, but I do think I know that the fan base is divided. He is a top player, but at the same time, I'm personally after stability over class, if that makes sense. I just
And
need
banter
someone.
aside,
who trusts.
again, banter aside, his skills.
So
are
let's
never
let's get Frank back, shall we, for stability?
Hell no,
Frank
there's
back
no
for stability,
stability there.
Deji.
No, hell no. There's
Huh?
no stability there, Sean. He's a bad
Romero
man.
doesn't want
So
to
the
get
leader,
Spurs.
You don't think he wants to be at Spurs? Maybe he doesn't.
The way
Maybe
he
doesn't.
plays, again, he set out game for us to play for Argentina. Like if you look, you mentioned Gabriel, the way he acts, the way he plays, you can tell he's their leader, right? He's Arsenal's leader. He wants to be there. The way Romero plays, the way he communicates, he does not care about this club.
Oh,
And
I'm
like
gonna
that's
cut you
why
off, sorry.
if
Well,
he
I'll
no,
answer
if
after
he
you
would
wake up.
like Sonny is Spurs. Other players, even Poro has been terrible this season, but Poro I
That's not
feel
on him,
like
though.
he loves the
That's not
club.
on Poro. That's not
Huh?
on Poro. I'm gonna answer your 2 points and then I'll stop by
Yeah,
it.
go for
You
it.
see, you see Gabriel is worse than Romero, but for somehow he doesn't get sent off. Watch Gabriel's challenges. Watch how dirty he is. Watch what he does to players. It's worse than Romero, but somehow this guy does not get half the attention Romero gets. And that's, if we're being honest, watch how Gabriel plays. Not even this season, for like the past 3 seasons. The guy is just dirty. He's so dirty. I don't know how he doesn't get sent off as much as Romero. The second point is with Poro. Poro's only been bad this year because Frank. What the hell? What identity did Tottenham have under Frank?
None.
Exactly.
I was
I'm talking
completely.
about-
I had no.
Bro,
clue.
he's
I mean,
made players look. He's made players look bad. For example, I'll give another example with Porro, because Frank sometimes will have 4 at the back, and he'll go 4-2-2-2, and then when Kudos, what's his name again? I can't even pronounce his name.
Kudos,
Who got
Kudos.
from West Ham? When Kudos, we got him from West Ham. What was Spurs' plan? Give him the ball on the right side. I mean, on the left. Where was he? Right. Left.
Right.
On the right. It was on the right.
Anyway, just give him the ball. Basically, Porro was exposed in most games. So when you're exposed to having 1 or 2 or 3 players against you, you will look rubbish. Frank's tactics didn't work. All it was, give Porro the ball. And even you can tell in the last couple of games, all we done was play the ball long up to Solanke. That is not a tactic. You just made Spurs look drastically terrible. And that's why I think a lot of our players look bad. If you don't have a plan, how are you going to be playing these teams? Oh, let's kick the ball long. Play for percentages. Most of our goals came from set pieces, you know. Because when it's throwing the ball long and you're playing for percentages, put it in a corner, they'll get it thrown out. You're going to have a long throw in. It's going to be, I don't know, cause chaos in the box. Have a corner, causes chaos in the box. Spurs didn't have no plan. That's why a lot of our players look so bad this year. And that's what's very disappointing. I don't think we looked that bad last year. I think the injuries affected us a lot more last year than this year.
We didn't look that
this
bad.
year. Yeah, this year we just look shocking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we look
That's
worse
not
this
right.
year. We look worse this year. Look, big up. I just want to just bring up some comments in the chat. Big up to everyone that's locked in, locked on. We're about to move on. And the reason why I want to do it in this way will make sense in just a minute. But I'm just loving the comments coming through. Spurs moving, mad hiring a rookie in the Premier League from Couture Criminal. Big up to you. Some comments here. PFC TV says, can you say that your team is the dustiest team? The dusty. That's what we're saying. Imagine if we win the Champions League and Arsenal go trophyless. Yes, that's why I had to start that comment. And then TikTok, who's an Arsenal fan, is saying, please finish us off there, pause. I'll be cheering for Spurs. He's an Arsenal fan cheering for Spurs this weekend.
Shameful.
Because he lost his head. And big up Aussie Ange in the building. Guys, we are coming 10th and winning the Champions League. Lee Cullison, thank you for the super chat. Big up to you. I really want Villa to do well. We really want Villa to do well. I would have Villa over City, Plymouth, and that bloody red Tottenham in disguise. And then quickly, Arsenal Manic in the building. Why of a sudden have I got a smile on my face? I will tell you now. And then we've got Romero as a madman. He's ready to leave. The next manager will do their best to keep Van de Ven and evolve. And then here to there. Actually, Deji did say Wolves. Yeah, so I did. So let's quickly talk Arsenal and then we'll quickly get into the 4 games.
Sorry, last thing, Deji. Sorry for one thing. How come, you see Van de Ven this year, would people say he's been playing that well this year? Because I don't know why people have him. He's a good player, but they rate him so highly over Romero, and I just don't really get it.
I don't think he's done that much wrong, though.
Yeah, he doesn't do
Just
a lot
put
wrong.
the ball in the air. Just put
And
the
the
ball
speed.
in the air and ask Van de Ven to head it.
I'm glad
Can't
you
do
said
it.
that. He doesn't.
Well, Romero too.
I was gonna
In his
get
own
you.
box,
Thank you, Sean.
Romero loses every duel. In his own box. He
Van
only
de Ven
wins
is-
duels in the opponent's box.
Van de Ven is a pace merchant. I'm glad you said it, Sean. He doesn't head balls, you know.
He can play left back, though. Do you know what? But I'm looking at him for the Netherlands. He plays well left back. I don't know why we've decided that by fire, by thunder, he's got to be a centre back. I did think at one stage, is it his hamstring? But the Netherlands don't seem to give a damn about his hamstring.
Well, they don't care about him, but we do. They don't care.
Sorry, Deji. Go on.
Okay. All right, no problem. Guys, just quickly before we go into the North London derby, the Red Tottenham, the Spicy Spurs, Scots Bonnet FC, Red Hot Chili Peppers have dropped point. They should have lost to Brentford. Let's be real. And they should have got slapped up by Wolves yesterday. That was the funniest thing. And I did tell Tony Claude on his channel earlier this week that in the home leg for Arsenal, it took 2 bloody own goals for them to get the win. And then when it was 2, they were 2-0 out. I'm not going to lie, man. I switched off. I couldn't be bothered. And then all of a sudden, I see 2-2 and all the WhatsApp groups light up. Is Arsenal, Sean, because me and you from day dot have been saying that we know that this Arsenal team are a bunch of bottlers. is the bottling are the cracks in the bottle starting to take shape, and then that will lead us into talking about the North London derby and then the next few games after that. But are Arsenal bottling it, Sean?
The bottle is rocking on the top of the wall. It's teetering.
Yeah.
Can we see it falling? Do you know what? We've always said, Deji, is just wait. Springtime for Arsenal is coming.
Yeah.
And it's like autumn in reverse. Instead of everything growing up and being good and nice, they become deciduous trees. Everything falls between their fingers, between their hands. And it's just so nice that they've got themselves even further into the season.
Yeah.
And the wobble is happening.
Yeah.
The wobble that we expected. Now, the big question is, at the end of the season, do they trust the process? Do they stick with Arteta?
Yeah,
I don't
hanging
know.
on the wall, 6 green bottles hanging on the wall, and if one green bottle should accidentally fall, there'll be 5 green bottles hanging on the wall.
I can't hear this. Marlon, can you hear this?
5 green bottles hanging on the wall.
I'm gonna log out.
5 green bottles hanging on the wall, and if one green bottle should accidentally fall, there'll be 4 green bottles hanging on the wall.
Why did he log out? Yeah, he literally logged out. That's so funny. Marlon, I don't know why you're laughing. This is the smell of the bottling. And you and Eugene quickly. Bottle jobs? Because that will lead us into this weekend's predictions. Are they bottling? Are they beginning to crack?
I think they're still in pole position because they've got the points on the table. I did see something on BBC's website today. Arsenal, I think during Wenger's time, 2003. Yeah, it has to be 2003. They were in a similar position, but they had more points on the board and they lost it. But I don't know. I just think Man City ain't consistent enough to pull it off. It ain't Man City with De Bruyne and Rodri, who was on fire, and the team like that. I'd love them to do it because Arsenal fans have been out of hand. But I'm not focusing on that. I'm focusing on Tottenham right now. We're in a relegation, but I don't even care about that. That's why even yesterday when I heard it was 2, I was like, what? My focus is Spurs right now. I'm not even focusing on Arsenal. So whatever
Eugene,
well done, Marlon. The focus is 40 points. Where we get them from, I don't care. We need the 40 points.
Yeah.
I'm not sure we're going to get anything this Sunday, to be fair.
Yeah.
Because we've got hell of an injuries, as they say. Yeah. And, getting a formation that the hitman wants to play, 3-5-2 or whatever it is, or 3-4-2-1. We haven't got, we've just not got players. Yeah. Unless we're going to play our under 18s or our kids.
Yeah. I'd love to get excited about Arsenal dropping points. Ideally, I love to, but in reality, I just need to focus.
Eugene, I know you got a goal, so you might as well do our Arsenal bottling it, and then give us your four the predictions for the 4 games as well.
Yeah, I mean they are, and it's funny. I think there are parallels between Arsenal and us under Frank, even though we're on different sides of the table. With Frank at the beginning of the season, when we were getting results, people were telling me, "Oh, but we're getting results. We're good," even though we were scumbagging wins from own goals and set pieces. Arsenal all season long, against Wolves last time, 2 own goals. Most of the games have been set piece goals, own goals. Their attack is terrible. So I feel like they've been getting away with murder this whole season. Yeah. And I think now things are starting to catch up. If City were City of old, it wouldn't even be close. Unfortunately, Liverpool is down, City's not as good, so it's going to be interesting. But for me, this game, this game counts like 5 games for me. We need a result. We took 4 points from City. We need to take some points from Arsenal. We cannot allow them to win. Will we get points? In the beginning, I said it will be a 1-1 draw, but now everybody's saying it's going to be a draw, so I'll probably we're gonna get smacked. That's just the way it is. But
Do you know what? Sorry for cutting you, Jude. I think Spurs
Yeah.
are going to miss Odegaard, you know? Just him
Oh,
being
yeah.
an outlet.
Yeah.
We're
I
going to
think
miss
Actually,
I don't know.
Marlon, I don't think we will. You know why? Because Tudor, the way he plays, which actually fits us, he doesn't play with wingers. He plays five. Was it 3-2-1
It's two up top, innit? Two up top. Yeah.
with wing backs, and we have no wingers because all our
Wing
wingers
back.
are hurt.
Okay.
So now,
Yeah.
if Porro is back, we can do Porro and Spence with Gallagher, Sarr, and Xavi, and Solanke up top, or with two strikers. So actually missing
Is Richie
Odegaard,
back
I
as
don't
well
think
as
would be a
well?
big deal for us. Because I
Richie
think he's
and
midfielders and wing backs.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
The only issue is we don't have enough defenders. So he'll probably have to play Palhinha
Alina.
as a defender or Archie Gray.
But
But
Basuma played
he
rubbish
usually
the
plays
last
with
game.
5 at the back or 3 at the back.
Basuma
wing
last
back.
game was terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll see. But man, we need a point. It
Do you
will
see?
be-
Yeah.
I
Go on,
see it.
you
I
think
mean,
we can get-
possible.
yeah, you can get. Yeah.
The only thing is, I cannot see us lay down like we did last time. No low block, like as we saw with Wolves or Brentford. If you go at Arsenal, if you're physical with them, if you go at them, they're gonna fold. We need to be aggressive. We need to go with them. If we're gonna set up low block, I'll be fuming. Even if
Yeah.
we lose, just be brave, just go at them, and I do think we can get a result, especially if Saka's out.
Yeah. I think it's a win. It's got to be a win-win, surely. I mean, if we lose, we're not expected to win. If we win, it's absolutely fantastic. If we draw, it's absolutely fantastic. So at least Igor Tudor can go into this game and be free like a bird. No one's going to criticize him, even if we get pelted 6-7-0, because it's his first week in charge and we've got so many injuries. Do you know what I mean?
All right, boys. Good talking to you.
Oh,
Apologies
Eugene,
for my
Eugene,
Romero
quickly,
rant.
Fulham, Palace, Liverpool, then go.
Oh,
we'll
the
remember.
result. I mean,
Yeah.
I take a point at Fulham. Liverpool is a loss, and what's the third game?
Palace.
We gotta win at Palace. Like the 3 games that we gotta win, when we need to win Palace, Leeds, and Forest. If we win
Yeah.
those 3 games,
Mhm.
we should be okay because those are 6-pointers. So those we should win. Everything else, I just want Arsenal a point. On
Thank you.
Sunday.
Let's go. Let's go. Eugene, big up to you and
Boys,
thank you.
Again, apologies
How-
for my Romero rant. He triggers me every time I hear his name. Something inside of me. I just have this uncontrollable rage. Oh, by the way, just something funny before I leave, and that happened like for Podge. Sorry, but we're so shit this season. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna start watching MLS for the very first time ever because it's crap football. But I'm like, I cannot watch Spurs. I'm gonna go to my local team, and I find out they signed Timo Werner. I'm like, oh, what is happening?
Who
So now I'm like, okay.
Who signed
that's
him?
exciting.
LA.
So imagine
I'll
that.
have LA signed him.
Yeah, so I'm like, all right, that's out of the question. Shit and more shit.
Hey, Eugene, quickly, how is Son doing? Because I didn't think Son was doing
I don't
that
know.
well.
I don't follow MLS. Is crap. Like I don't follow it. It was just like me taking my son to see some football. But like,
Yeah.
there's no way I'm gonna go watch Timo play. Like that's not happening.
I saw Son had like a goal and 3 hat tricks in your last game.
Yeah, but it's MLS, Zeus. MLS.
Yeah, I mean,
that's
it's
like
MLS, yeah.
it's like a pub league.
In
right?
the
It's an entire
North American
So
version of the
Son-
Champions League, they played yet last night, and LAFC won 6-1.
Oh, bloody
Oh,
hell.
cool.
Okay.
There you go.
And Son scored, but
Yeah,
it was the other goal scorer that scored a hat trick.
Okay. Fair.
Man,
Oh,
I miss
oh.
Son so much. Like again, he lost a step or 2 or 3, but just seeing his like smile, just seeing his presence in the pitch, man,
Yeah.
I miss him so much. And like somebody
could do
said on
with
different
his
shows,
finishes.
it's the first time in decades that we do not have a world-class player on the team or somebody that
Romero-
fans love or relate to. It was always Kane, Son, before it was like Bale, Modric, Berbatov.
Yeah.
Now, nobody. So,
Romero?
and that's why fans are so pissed off. But all right, boys, always a pleasure. Dad,
Big up, big up, big up.
love you guys. Come on, you Spurs. Let's get a
Come on, you
point.
Spurs. Let's get into
Get a
it. I
point.
know time is running out, so I'm just going to go straight to the guys, fire it through. Zeus, the game this weekend, and then your predictions: Fulham, Palace, and Liverpool. Can we get a result this weekend, first and foremost?
No, it's just probably too soon. You know, I know 12 days, yes, but still, you got a new manager, new ideas, trying to get rid of old habits, that sort of thing. I just think it's too quick. But I think it would be a much more impressive performance, one of our more impressive performances, to show that Tudor's ideas are kind of getting through. But yeah, we're probably going to lose this one. Fulham, Palace, I kind of see the next set of results as like how we would if we were Tottenham, like if we were a Big Six club, the results are going to go as is. So 2 wins, both 2-0. Moani 4 goals. No, I'm kidding. But I'm expecting like 2 wins on the Fulham, Palace. We're going to win those 2, and we're going to lose to Liverpool. So it's kind of like this is how we should be moving. The games we're expected to lose, we'll lose. The games expected to win, we'll win.
Mate, I'll bite your hand off for that, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Marlon, you seem to be smiling. You seem to be pleasantly surprised with Zeus's predictions there. What are you saying this weekend and then Fulham, Palace, Liverpool?
I don't know, man. It's been rough going, man. I'm traumatized.
He's Marlon is fully traumatized, you know.
I am.
Hey.
I would love us to derail them. I would love us to beat them. But as you said, it might be too early and we've got no players. I'd love us, forget even beating them. I meant derailing them. I would love us to beat. I just want us to win that game, but I don't know if we will. All right, I'm not going to go with my heart. I'm just going to go with my head. We'll lose. And we've got Fulham. Maybe a draw. Palace. I think we can beat them. I feel Johnson, even though he doesn't play for them, they're going to play him and he might score as well. But I hope we'll beat them.
Man, if he tries to score past us, I tell you.
And then Liverpool will lose. I don't know. We just need some points on the. I don't know. For me, couldn't beat Burnley and bloody West Ham. It's just killed me. I'm not killed me. It's just maybe I don't know. We need points somewhere, and hopefully this weekend's the start of it. So,
and maybe if we put in an impressive performance, maybe this show is almost too early. But this is how we do the show. Maybe the Arsenal game would give us an indication of whether we could step up against Fulham and Palace. But Palace is not really having a good season. Fulham is quite difficult to beat, and Liverpool, they look like they're back, to be honest. So it's looking a little bit ropey. But yeah, I hear you. I don't know. I just feel, before I bring in Sean, I just feel that Tudor might do a madness. I was going with a draw, but this brother, he might just do the unthinkable and get us a 2-1 win. So I'm gonna.
We could, but I just think the players. I just don't know what player. Who have we got available? I swear I don't know.
We've literally got Solanke, Moani. We've got Papsar. We've got
Gallagher.
Tell, Gallagher, Xavi Simons. We've got.
Great.
I think Richarlison is a potential option. We got Udogie. No,
Udogie's not. No, he's injured.
Bloody hell. Well, Jed Spencer's back, right?
Yeah. Gray's there as well. Right. The injuries, I'm telling you, the injuries is just no, man.
It's mad. Yeah, I think with the injuries, I don't think there's anything we can do. I think Tottenham will do well to get 1-0. We could get killed on the weekend. It could be terrible, especially because Arsenal are pretty pissed off with that draw. But the thing I think why we might get a draw against Arsenal is because you could just see in the game against Wolves, Arsenal almost think it's their right to be winning games. And I think it's the mentals. The longer the game is tight, the more they're likely to make a mistake. They're likely to rush, snatch at the ball. And that's what helps Spurs. Don't be surprised if Arsenal go down to 10 men. That would be absolutely music to our ears. And then that will probably guarantee the draw on the weekend. So I'm going with a draw, Spurs. I'm hoping we stink out.
Saka injured, saying that.
Who? Yeah, Saka's injured.
I heard he.
But he ain't done nothing all season, to be fair. Here today will probably agree with me. He's done nothing. He said Sunday feels like a crapshoot. There, the home supporters will demand an energetic display at least. Yeah, that's what we will demand. Tudor has had 5 days to show Moane where the goal is. And Jordan Too Hot says Fulham 1, Spurs 1. I'm going to go Spurs 1-0 against Fulham. I'm going to go Spurs 1-0 against Palace simply because Glasner's on his way out. He's absolutely pissed off with the way they decimated his team. And I do think we go to Anfield and we probably lose about 2-0 because Liverpool look like they're purring at the moment. But Sean, last but not least, your predictions for the weekend and then the next 3 games.
I think Sunday comes a week too early for Tudor to work his magic, but I think we'll a narrow 1-0, narrow 2-1 or 1-0 defeat. I think. Yeah. I expect us to draw at Fulham because we don't do very well at Fulham, but we can get a draw at Fulham. We'll beat Palace, and do you know what? I've got a feeling that Liverpool will be where Igor earns his bucks, and I think we get a draw there, and possibly, because they concede so many late goals, and he's going to have us fitter. He's going to make us run more, and I think
we're away for that Liverpool.
We're away to Liverpool, but that's we've not.
Yeah.
We've had worse records at Anfield than
we play well.
We
play well.
We can play well. I mean, as long as if Richarlison scores, he doesn't take his shirt off and gets booked, and then allows them to score a last-minute winner. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Yeah. So I've got at least a draw at Liverpool. We're going to beat Palace. We're going to draw with Fulham. And we'll get a narrow defeat. But I'll tell you what, if we do take something on Sunday, it's for us. It's not for Man City. It's not for Villa. It's not for Chelsea.
No, it's not for them. It's for us, mate.
It's for us.
Yeah.
Target 40 points. That's all I'm focused on. 40 points. Retains it. I can get my hair cut. I can have a shave. Yep. I can look almost human and look less like Grizzly Adams.
I can wear some bright colours on my watch-alongs, but go on.
Yeah. Yeah. And let's just wait for the bottle. Yeah. Because it's hanging over the edge. It's hanging over the edge.
I am with you. Can I just ask one question then? We are wrapping up now, and hopefully we'll wrap up in 3 minutes. So we've got 3 minutes to answer this question. Are we too big to go down?
No.
Nope. Yes.
No. No team is too big. I've seen us go down, Deji.
Yeah.
In the mid-70s. Yeah. And we had a better team than we have at the moment.
Hey!
We still went down. We
could go down.
We had an emerging Glenn Hoddle. We had Steve Perryman. We had Neil McNabb. Great players. Great players. Pat Jennings.
Yeah.
We still went down. So we're not too big to go down, but I'm expecting Igor Tudor.
Tudor is to do, yeah. All right.
To do or else, and puts himself in the shop market for a club looking for a manager next season.
Yeah.
That's it. And then we're going to have to go through the scratch the itch of Pochettino, who lives in Highgate. He still has his outdoor Argentinian barbecue with Tuderis to do on the front of it. Yeah. I mean, people were saying about the Chelsea thing. 2 or 3 summers ago, he waited and waited and waited on the call. Yeah, but unfortunately, Donna Cullen was never going to let Pochettino back in because she hated him. Yeah. She hated Pochettino.
She? Oh, she didn't like him?
She hated him.
Who's Donna Cullen?
Donna Cullen was leading woman. She was like the hatchet
right hand
woman. Yeah.
Right hand
hatchet woman.
The hatchet.
And she's gone now. Levy's gone. So that's they. I mean, Levy probably would have brought Potts back, but he was too afraid. He was too afraid of Donna and her nastiness. So she's gone. So I just wish there was a. Let's just enjoy. I think we don't do anything at Anfield. I remind you of an FA Cup tie and Jurgen Klinsmann scoring in the last minute, and the
Remember
cop
that.
all stood up and applauded. So don't say we never do anything at Anfield, Jordan. You're showing your age there, you young boy.
Marlon quickly and Zeus. Marlon, you said no, we're not too big. I'm worried, man. I won't lie to you. Look, I feel giddy about Igor because he just seems to have his foot on the ground and he wasn't doing any kind of. He didn't seem like he was chatting out his ass. His head was down and he seemed serious. But mate, lose on the weekend. West Ham win. It's 2 points between us, and all of a sudden, it's a full-on dogfight, and that is what keeps me up at night, boys.
They've got harder fixtures than us, though.
I think
Forest have got the worst fixtures as well.
Yeah, but they
and
might.
Izzy says the Tudor guy is a legend. He will get you relegated. Fall back, mate.
I wonder who you support.
What I think is,
Yeah,
Spurs, they took too. Obviously, Frank's a nice guy. They took too long to get rid of him, and I think, even though sometimes they think that it's like an inside job, when you lose to West Ham, you should have sacked him even before that, as you lot said. Then Burnley, I don't know how he survived Burnley. Now we're in this tricky situation, and this is it's very uncomfortable. I'm not gonna lie, it's very uncomfortable, and that's why I'm going back to
Nottingham Forest away. How did the brother survive Nottingham Forest away?
Yeah.
Even that.
yeah.
It's because he talks a
3-0.
good game. Yeah, he talks.
Do you think Levy would
the
have?
media like him? If the media didn't like him, he would have got sacked already.
Do you think Levy would have sacked him, Marlon? Sorry, just to add to your spiel. Would Levy have sacked him by now?
I think so. When he saw the results weren't going, I think he would have. I think Levy's quite ruthless. These lot are on the thing, give him a chance. Yeah, we done it with Arteta. While we were sliding down the table, I've been saying it for a while. We're going in the wrong direction, and the football weren't promising.
Yeah.
They started off good. Well, it looked all right, but then you can see after a while you're going into every game.
Burnley.
Yeah, exactly. You go into every game thinking about the other
even
team.
like match day 3, Bournemouth.
Yeah,
No, they battered us. That
They
game.
battered us.
Yeah,
And
we
it
could have
was
lost
only
by a lot more.
1-0.
Yeah.
And I can't name a good performance. Even when we beat Everton, it was 3 set pieces almost.
That's true. Yeah.
No,
And
we
even
had
Man City
good
was
second half. Yeah, the good half, Man City, I think.
I
Oh, no,
don't
the
want
second half-
halves. I don't want
Yeah.
good 20 minutes. I don't want good halves. I want
To
good
be-
90 minutes.
To be fair, the Man City home game, the second half was brilliant, but you're only doing that because you're losing. I've noticed it with the teams I coach, and even when I was playing as well. When you're behind, you have nothing to lose. You see, when you're drawing, you're nervous. When you're behind, that's when players relax, and you shouldn't be in that situation. But that's what happened to Spurs under Frank. They were so used to going behind for second half or whenever we're behind, just go for it. Go for it from the beginning. But I just think I think they sacked him not too late. They took too long to sack him, man. Now they've just put us in a situation where, as you said, if West Ham win
and the people responsible for taking too long should go as well.
No, I agree with you.
Vinay?
Yeah, Vinay needs to go.
He's only been there like half
And
a
Lange as well.
I'm
man.
not sure. I'm not sure about Vinay because I've seen the good that he's done with our women's team. They're actually flying. They're the best bit of Tottenham Hotspur at the moment. Are our women's team. If you want some joy with a white shirt on, go and watch the women's team at Brisbane Road because we're actually playing good football.
Yeah,
But Joanne Lang, that brother.
I don't know how he's still there.
Why is he still there? He was at Villa. They got rid of him, and suddenly Villa are streaming ahead. Villa must be pissing their pants that we took him.
For real.
Oh no! No. There's a lot of change got to go on yet. And if Joanne Lang isn't given his P45, we could be in trouble again because I don't trust him to build a squad.
Yeah.
Don't trust him.
Yes, he's definitely had issues.
Zeus, you wanted to say why we can't go down quickly, and then we'll end the stream. Thank you. Big up to everyone locked in, locked on. Red Skull says, "Did you give me my point Sunday? We ain't trying to give you nothing, mate. Fall back. We aren't giving you anything." And if you haven't checked out the EP that landed on the weekend, people have been asking me, "Dej, where's your album?" Well, I dropped 5 tunes in the location. and one music video. I loved Frank so much. I did a part 1 and part 2. Hold that. But anyway, Zeus, are we too big to go down?
Yeah, because I just think if we did, I wouldn't be able to survive the abuse from Arsenal. Like, it would be unfathomable. You know what I mean? Like, the worst thing is Arsenal win a title and we go. Like, can you just imagine? Like, even if we came back the next year, they would always have that over us. And I just think
we'll be done.
Yeah, as a football club, we should even, we just stay in the championship or anything. But on a real, I think Frank's tactics were so damning to the players that anyone else is like a huge sigh of relief and it's going to have a positive effect on the players. That's kind of what I see it as. And I've looked at the schedule. We've got guaranteed, nothing's guaranteed, but guaranteed 6 points in a couple of them games. And, it's 12 games, right? So 10 games where you could just pick up like points here and there to kind of get you to safety. So it's like, it's almost impossible. That's the way I see it. And Forest, I mean, wait, who's Forest coach? Do they have a new coach now? Or
yeah, they got the
Pereira.
old Wolves. They got the old Wolves manager, Pereira.
Yeah.
Madman.
I mean, that is a basket of an outfit. You know what I mean? So they have a lot of with continuity and issues, right? Like what, third manager in a calendar year? Like things are terrible.
They've got a lot of Brazilian players, man, and he'll be able to.
They're trying to outdo us. They're going to get relegated and win the Europa League.
Yeah, that's gonna be.
Can you imagine trying to be in the Champions League and in the Championship? That's not in Forest for you.
Yeah,
great season, kind of like a Leicester before they did it. But no, but seriously though, like they have issues. Our schedule is not horrendous, and Frank was, definitely him being gone is a sigh of relief for the players, and they can get to show their real qualities and talent. So that's my belief.
Big up. So Sean is nervous. Marlon's nervous. I'm nervous. Zeus, I want to be like you when I grow up. He ain't nervous. He thinks the players,
nailed on.
The shackles would have been released, and we start.
Look, Zeus ain't nervous because he don't live over here. That's why. If you live there,
what I'm looking forward to is
champagne, Igor. Like balling.
I'm looking forward to Arsenal going to City.
The media is. I know the British media is. Matt Law is like that guy is terrible, man. But I just know they're just force feeding you guys with this. Oh, go down Sky Sports 24/7. The last team, like. Nah, it's like it's all hockey vibes over here. So
we are being bombarded with the negative comments. I can't lie. But look, let's hope, man. I hope Tottenham surprise us on the weekend. I would be loving it. I'll be streaming. I'll be doing a watch along. I would love nothing more than to see Tottenham get one over the Red Tottenham, the Spicy Spurs, Scotchman, FC Red Hot Chili Peppers. But we'll see. But Sean, Marlon, Zeus, Eugene, it's been a pleasure. Everyone that stayed with us. It's been a pleasure. We will look forward this weekend to Door is to do to us. Come on. Can we get the win against the scumbags? Come on, let's go. And if not, well, we'll just go again. Come on, Tottenham, stay up. Get us Champions League football. And until the weekend, tomorrow I'm doing Step to the Mic. The first one this year. I haven't done it. Jump on. I'll be kicking off 4:00 UK time. Jump on, have your say. We'll do a 2-hour stream. I'll be speaking to all fans. And then the big one. Sunday, 4:30, North London derby in the location. Come on, you Spurs!
Yes.